All right, guys, in today's video, we are looking at the light kit for the 1/350th scale TOS Enterprise by Polar Lights. This is the updated and improved light kit for the USS Enterprise, and frankly, it is awesome. This is a great, cool effect for the Bussard end caps, and optionally, you can do a nice blue light down the edge of the nacelle. So in this video, we're going to show everything that went in to doing this effect on the nacelle. Before we get to the workbench and look at the light kit for that nacelle, I want to talk about one thing on this 50th anniversary edition of the model kit. You know, it says updated paint guide, and I was expecting that to be on the flaps or a piece of paper. This is the paint guide for that model. It is a gorgeous and a huge centerfold of this starship. Really incredible samples of what the colors of paint should be. If you mix your own colors, which I do, you can mix them to match these, and then just really a ton of glory shots of this wonderful hero ship. This is going to go up on my wall. Above my workbench right now, I have the box art from the Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon, and this is going to go on the wall right beside it because this is just an incredible piece of art, and I think it was sold a little short just by calling it an updated paint guide. Now, if you've never gone to work on one of the 350th TOS Enterprises, it has some really neat design points, like to make these rings around the nacelle without having seams. They do them as full rings that you slip on the end cap like this. Now, the kit is molded in a couple different colors, so you get some parts that are light gray, some parts that are dark gray. Everything fits together really well. So we'll be able to push these in place, and then we'll use just a little bit of our plastic cement to glue those in a moment. Many of these parts are keyed, so you see a small dot and a big dot, and that way you know that they can only fit on the nacelle one way, and those dots will keep things aligned pretty easily. The lighting kit provides clear parts that go into this inlay for the warp nacelle instead of the opaque ones that come with the kit. And these rear end caps are done in two pieces as well. Basically, just line up this little key with the hole and push them together. All right, now we've got a real fun part. So this was a part in the kit. I've sprayed it silver to help reflect some light. And now we get to take the bulbs off these colored sprues that came with the light kit and kind of put them in. All right, now the truth about the TOS Enterprise is when you build it, you're supposed to build it the way you remember seeing it on the TV. And for me, I always picture these nacelles a little more red than most of the models I see made. So I have done 2 of the red ones in here and 3 of the amber. The instructions say use only the amber for these big ones, but I like mine to look a little bit more red. And then I bring in some of the small blue and green ones in the smaller areas like that. So here's my complete setup for the Christmas bulb lights. Okay, now here's the part where you really want to look at those instructions and see how this all goes together. I've kind of laid everything out, and now we're going to press the printed circuit board into this housing, and there's a hole for each LED. So just line it up, put those LEDs in the hole, and then it's going to fit into this. The 2 wires from that printed circuit board are just going to go in the back. And you're just going to try and put it in as straight as you can. It will have some stops to hold it in there, but it should just go in nice and even. And then the motor to turn the fans or the blades goes in from the back this part will friction fit on top of it. And the only real prep work I've done so far is I painted on these black lines and I painted this inside silver. So that will friction fit on. And then you put the last cap just right on the outside. And if you've lined everything up right, this will fit on well. And you'll see these little plastic tabs will fit just barely over the gray plastic. So everything there is fitting very well. Okay, and then just following the instructions, we see that the wire from the motor connects to a wire that goes to that printed circuit board. And this one will go out to our nacelle. Now, it looks like our nacelle uses 3 pieces of LED tape. So we're going to take our LED tape and just like the instructions show, we cut it in the middle of those contacts. So we've got contacts on each piece. And they will end up here on the inside of the nacelle. All right, now to connect these LED strips, we're using these easy connectors that are provided in the light kit. These are very easy to use. The first thing you want to do is you want to look at them, and inside those little circles, you're going to see a positive and a negative sign. So in this one, the positive is down at the bottom, and we're just going to open this up. You'll see that there are a couple of different contacts there. We're going to take our piece of LED tape. Okay, so I've got to turn this around so positive is on the bottom, and then you're going to slide it into the easy connector. And you'll see it goes underneath those little contacts. Let's see. Once you're making sure they've made contact, you just close this around it. It takes just a little bit of force to snap everything in place. All right, and that's the connection. So in my nacelle, that's going to be the rear one. This is going to be the middle, which means we're going to use one more connection. And we're going to put it in the same way as we did the last. And the final connection here is not a dual-ended connector. It's a special one just for the nacelle. It's wire K on the instructions, and it has an opening here for my LED part. And then this goes out the front, and the printed circuit board and spinning fan from the Bizarre collector connects to that. This wire will go out and eventually get to the power source. So off camera, I airbrushed my clear part blue, masked it off, and then I light blocked the inside of the nacelle. I did black and then I did silver. I also frosted one of the domes, and I frosted another one with a bit of a red tint. I super glued in those parts of LED strips. I super glued kind of the plastic to hold those into place. And now we're going to see what all of this looks like powered up. So this power cord, we're going to make sure that's going out where the pylon will attach. And this cord goes out towards the front domes. So let's just close this up. Let's make sure our end cap is on. There we go. Now, one important thing to note is I have not used any glue on this yet. This is all just friction fit. Now, because it's friction fit right now, if anything goes wrong, we can still open it up and take a look at things and see what needs to be fixed. Now, the rectangular parts down here should help with that friction fit when we get to the end. But right now, we're going to use a little piece of tape just to hold everything together. I also have not glued in this part yet. Obviously, I won't be gluing this in until I do my base coat, so I can mask this off before I put this part on. But we'll put it on right now just to see what it'll look like. Okay, let's connect this to power and see what it looks like. All right, so looking at the blue parts here, they are plenty bright enough. I haven't put any diffusing layers in here to even out these hot spots, but we will have a very nice, good blue glow through that part, if that's something you choose to do. That was not on the original TV show, but it's something a lot of modelers choose to light. So this definitely does that for us. All right, now we haven't put any domes on this yet, but here is that motor turning the fan. And as you can see, the little plastic parts do blink on and off. So we've done a couple big reds, a couple big ambers, then multicolors and the small ones, and those blink. Now, what you're supposed to do with this is you're supposed to frost both this part and the dome to go on top. So here's what it looks like with that dome on it. And you can see that is a very nice effect, very reminiscent of what you would see on the TV show. Now, I said earlier, I always see the ship with these being a little bit more red than a lot of people do. So I've also frosted a cap in red. So let's see what it looks like with a red cap. Now, one thing I like about the red cap is that when my model isn't lit, I'll still have kind of the color there I like on the unlit model. Once again, here's what it looks like without that frosted dome. And there's our effect with that frosted dome on it. And the effect probably will be a bit better once we frost this part as well to get 2 layers of diffusion there. But that is a very nice lighting effect. So hopefully this video shows you guys how easy that light kit is, how well it does the effect on the front domes. And really, I've done this entirely out of the box. I used the clear tinted parts they gave us. I used the motor. I briefly frosted this outside dome. So this is really the effect you can expect to get doing it out of the box. You can obviously do different paint combinations, different layers of frosting. You can do different tints on this outside dome to really make it suit your preferences. Down here, I haven't put any diffusion layers on yet. That's something that is very easily done. I may also do a layer here to make it so it has a little bit more texture instead of bold light. But really, this lighting kit so far has really lived up to the expectations. A great effect, very, very easy to use, very easy to understand instructions. Well, guys, I hope this video showed you what you can do with the light kit if you do it right out of the box, and hopefully gave a lot of you some ideas of things you can do better than this when you get the kit and the light kit, so that you can make your models even better. Thank you guys for following the channel, and we'll be back soon.